This is for the comic book community. And I just want to show you guys how far we've come and, like, honestly, why we shouldn't be complaining. Because this is how comic books work if you like comics. This is a comic book from 1995, a crossover comic book. This is a crossover comic book from 2026, okay? This comic book came out the year I was born. I was just showing my son these comics. We were reading this one. And when you go through this new comic book, you got, okay, one advertisement. One advertisement for a DC property. You see that? So they're advertising themselves. What I was letting him know is that the movies pay for this now. So we can go through this comic book, right? And you're seeing full pages of art now. You're seeing comic book advertisements. You're seeing advertisements for more comic. And we can just keep flipping. We can keep flipping all the way to the end. Another advertisement for more comic books. If you're going to get any ads, they're going to be ads for comics and DC properties, right? Lanterns. This is a comic book from 1995, okay? The year I was born. My son said, dang, he calls it the 19s. Advertisement. Okay? Not even 3 pages in, another advertisement. What do you see? Another advertisement, okay?
Hurricane.
These things, they didn't pay for themselves, advertisements. So all these stories you love, this is how they had to get paid for. Advertisements for comic book shops. Advertisements. I bet you he paid a lot of money to get in there. Advertisement. You see this? Advertisements. All throughout there. Another advertisement, but this is for comic books, so we're going to excuse that. This is the second Street Fighter ad, okay? Advertisement, okay? So when we're complaining as comic book fans about the quality of the films, know that the films pay for the stories that you love and that you roar on about to get created with all creativeness included, with great crossover comic books nowadays. While DC can still create great comics, they use the revenue from them shitty movies they make. And yes, the movies are bad. They use the revenue for those terrible movies to make great products in these comic books.